Pain unlocks a secret doorway in the mind, one that leads to both peak performance and beautiful silence. These are the words of David Goggins, one who's widely recognized as the toughest man alive. Goggins is the only member of the U.S. Armed Forces to ever complete SEAL training, U.S. Army Rangers School, and Air Force Tactical Air Controller training. He was able to delve into his dark side to produce a more successful version of himself. Do you want to move from your weakest point to being the best of you? What mindset do you need to have to consistently win in life? Keep on watching to find out as we take you through David Goggins, how he overcame his loser self with the dark side of his soul. To Goggins, life is a big head game, and you can only start living your life after you've learned how to play this game. Coming from a home where he was abused by his father and a mother who was never really there for him, Goggins was broken to say the least. Notwithstanding, he pushed himself beyond all physical and mental limits by being in control of his mind. You can do the same thing too, beginning from getting your purpose right. You have to become conscious that purpose and drive is always more powerful than motivation anytime. Goggins has made it clear that he doesn't believe in motivation. Motivation comes and goes, but purpose will always remain with you. When you're driven, whatever is in front of you, whether it's racism, sexism, injuries, divorce, depression, obesity, tragedy, or poverty, it becomes fuel for your metamorphosis. Goggins once participated in the San Diego one-day race where he had to run for at least 100 miles in 24 hours. He needed to do this to be able to raise money for the Special Operations Warrior Foundation. Now, would you believe that prior to this time, Goggins was not a runner? In fact, he hated running, and to make matters worse, he was weighing close to 270 pounds. And normally, this size is not recommended when it comes to long-distance runs. However, this didn't deter him. He still managed to hit the 70-mile mark within 12 to 13 hours. You can guess that that was brutal. The only way he achieved this feat was through sheer force of will. He got to the brink of death, but refused to quit. At a point, all the metatarsal bones in his feet got broken. He had stress fractures, shin splints, and muscle tearing. He was peeing blood down his leg because he couldn't make it to a toilet 20 feet from him. This 100-mile race proves that you can always keep going if you have purpose. There will always be challenges in life, and knowing that purpose surmounts motivation will put you over the top and give you the advantage. Most times, these challenges can be numerous. What you need to do is to deconstruct things by making a list of everything that's working against you, every valid excuse. This list will help you accept who you're not before you can fix it. After preparing this list, you start addressing it one after the other. When there were 30 miles remaining in the race, Goggins broke down the issues at hand into small pieces. He said to himself, "I have to get nutrition and I need to be able to stand up to go through this 30 miles. So he taped up his ankles, then his feet, and that's how he got through that race. He had a similar experience at the Hell Week which he had to go through before becoming a Navy SEAL. During Hell Week, every attending SEAL has to undergo 125 hours of continuous training, and they only get 2 hours of sleep. After being broken down physically and mentally, a lot of trainees ring the bell to announce that they're quitting. David Goggins went through this experience 3 times in 1 year. He couldn't finish his last 2 classes due to illness and injury, but he was then given one last opportunity to complete this much-desired SEAL training. And this was exactly what he did, focusing on one challenge at a time. He then eventually graduated in this final attempt. You have to strategize on each problem that you have in life. Slowly break them down. There is absolutely no obstacle that you cannot surmount when you do this. Remember, it's impossible to focus on everything at once. While recounting his experience with living with Goggins, Jesse Itzler stated that, "Goggins proved to me right there that there was so much more. We're all capable of so much more than we think we are." He would say that when your mind is telling you you're done, you're really only 40% done. Over the years, research has proved that this statement is indeed true, the 40% rule. We're often more physically capable than we perceive ourselves to be. Within every human being is a reserve tank that only few people ever tap into. So how can you distinguish yourself and tap into it? You have to push yourself to the limits and then break the limits. This is the only way to get to your full potential. No matter what happens, always remember the 40% rule. When your mind tells you that you're at your breaking point, know that there is still more ahead. But before we can achieve anything worthwhile, we need to visualize it in our minds. When there's a task that you need to handle, you must take out time to conceive it before your body can achieve it. This is the way to win. Goggins always asks himself one question during difficult times, and it is, what if? When he applied to be a Navy SEAL, Goggins was informed by the recruiting office that there were presently only 35 African Americans in the past 70 years who've been able to come out successfully. Goggins asked himself, what if I could be the 36th? You can ask yourself this question too, whenever you're struggling or at the rock bottom part of life. This question can help you get through when your body and mind are broken and telling you to stop. An honest answer to this question will give you the shivers and drive you to attack every day and challenge with a vengeance. And did you know that you can reach into your past victories and pull out a tougher you? David Goggins calls it a cookie jar. Contrary to what you might be thinking, this jar does not contain your regular cookies. It contains every setback that you've overcome in the past. Just the same way Goggins reminds himself that he's a Navy SEAL who completed Hell Week 3 times, you can also remind yourself of those times when something seems difficult and yet you overcame it. Remind yourself of the things that you've been through before and survived. Then tell yourself that this present obstacle is nothing compared to what you faced before. In his book, Can't Hurt Me, Goggins clearly stated that remembering what you've been through and how that strengthened your mindset can lift you out of a negative brain loop and help you bypass those weak, one-second impulses to give in. The only time you should dwell on your accomplishments is when you need extra fuel for a push you're making. Goggins only reaches into his cookie jar when the need arises. This is different from you admiring your own work or accomplishments that you fail to advance to the next stage. You'd be more productive if you spent more time doing the work and then looking back once in a while at how far you've come. The cookie jar should serve as your fuel, not as a distraction. By doing so, you'll be placing yourself at a more advantageous position. Following the principles of Goggins that have been outlined in this video will surely help you overcome your loser self with the dark side of your soul. But you have to know that it will not be easy. At every point in the journey, you have to detest mediocrity. This is one of the biggest things in the world. Mediocrity is everywhere, and it's contagious. A lot of people are okay with just surviving when they should be thriving. It's easy to find yourself in this condition when you're not willing to suffer. You gain knowledge through suffering, and on the other end of the suffering is a world that very few have ever seen, and it's a beautiful world. For David Goggins, suffering is the true test of life. So how can you practice this in your life? You need to strengthen your mind and your resolve by voluntarily putting yourself through situations in which you struggle. Callous your mind the same way you do your hands. Take the path of most resistance every day of your life. When you do this consistently, you'll discover that over time, your confidence will improve. The kind of confidence that you'll get is the authentic confidence that comes from doing hard things and choosing the path of most resistance. If you look around you, you'll find several people who want the results without the process. We often forget that pain is necessary to make progress. You've got to start diving into those things that you're afraid of. You don't gain confidence by going to the spot that makes you feel good. So, what do you think about the mindset of David Goggins? Tell us in the comment section down below, and we'll see you next time.